I bet you've had a nosebleed at least once in your life, right? That sudden gush of red that makes you tilt your head back and grab the nearest tissue? But have you ever wondered why we get nosebleeds in the first place? Well, get ready to dive into the fascinating world of nasal blood vessels and discover the science behind this common occurrence. Let's break it down. Your nose is like a superhighway of blood vessels with a delicate lining called the nasal mucosa. This area is packed with tiny blood vessels that are super close to the surface, making them easy to damage. Think of it like a soft, squishy sponge filled with red paint. Dry air can make the nasal mucosa crack, like, chapped lips but inside your nose. Trauma, like getting hit in the face or, let's be honest, picking your nose too aggressively, can also burst those delicate blood vessels. And don't forget about certain medications that thin your blood, making it easier for those nose rivers to start flowing. Children and older adults are more likely to experience nosebleeds. Statistics show that children between 2 and 10 years old, and adults over 50, are the most frequent visitors to emergency rooms for nosebleeds. For kids, it's often because they're more prone to nose picking and face planting during playtime. Older adults, on the other hand, might have more fragile blood vessels or be taking blood-thinning medications. Fun fact, your environment plays a huge role in nosebleeds too. Dry, cold air is like kryptonite for your nasal mucosa. That's why you might notice more nosebleeds in winter or in arid climates. High altitudes can also increase your chances of a nose fountain, as the air gets thinner and drier the higher you go. So, if you're planning a mountain climbing expedition, don't forget to pack some nasal moisturizer. Research indicates that nosebleeds are about 20% more common in winter months compared to summer. Okay, so your nose has decided to turn into a red waterfall. What now? First things first, don't tilt your head back. I know it's tempting, but that'll just make the blood run down your throat. And trust me, that's not a tasty beverage. Instead, lean slightly forward and pinch the soft part of your nose for about 10 minutes. It's like giving your nose a timeout to think about what it's done. This method is effective in stopping about 65% of nosebleeds within the first attempt. Prevention is key though. Keep your nose moisturized with saline sprays or a humidifier in your room. And please, for the love of all things scientific, resist the urge to pick your nose. If you're prone to nosebleeds, you might want to talk to your doctor. They can check for underlying conditions or, maybe just give you some tips on how to keep your nose happy and blood-free. Did you know that regular use of saline nasal sprays can reduce the frequency of nosebleeds by up to 50% in susceptible individuals? So there you have it, the bloody truth about nosebleeds. Next time your nose decides to spring a leak, you'll know exactly why it's happening and what to do about it. Remember, a little knowledge goes a long way in keeping your nose happy and your tissues blood-free. Stay curious, stay scientific. And most importantly, stay away from those nose-picking urges.